Hey, it's your girl Monique 69 Ways Johnson, and I'm here to give my quick thoughts on Quiet on Set, episode 5. I know I'm late as heck, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna do this episode because I was like, what's the point? But when I watched it, I was like, okay, yes. And I also like to finish up on what I started. So since I did episodes 1 through 4, I might as well get my quick thoughts on this fifth episode. But the fifth episode is just like a follow up interview with some of the child stars who's participated in the docu series, and it just basically following up on them of what kind of feedback they got when the first 4 episodes had dropped in March, and when those episodes, when that 4-part docu series dropped, it was like a internet firestorm from fans and stuff. It was like people getting backlash. Dan Snyder was getting backlash like no other, and as well as those uh Lesters, um, perverts who was charged and stuff like that. You got jail time and stuff, or lack thereof jail time. Um, and it was like, and people was questioning their childhood shows, like what the hell, like this was going on. So nobody would have known unless this docu series, until this docu series, I should say, came out. And it make you think, like what they had to endure, and it's a good thing that it came out because it's like got to change the setting of today's kid shows. So yeah, I'm glad they put they came out, so they truth and their experience of what happened to them as they was on set as a child star of these popular shows. So kudos to them to come out. And this is when her name was Sol I'm about to butcher her name. Soledad O'Brien. I hope I pronounced that right. But yeah, she's the interviewer, and she was giving like on some Barbara Walters or Gail King type ish, following up with them. She started off with Drake. His interview was virtual, so yeah, she asked them like why I choose to participate and stuff, and what kind of feedback he got after the 4 parts aired, and he said he got a lot of love or what have you about his experience and what happened with him um, with Brian Peck and that whole case trial stuff, and then he asked her like why he chose to participate. He said he got he been approached like I guess numerous of times about coming out, like his experience behind the scenes and the sets of those shows, of the Amanda show and his own show Drake and Josh and stuff like that. Um, that was ran by Dan Snyder. Um, and then he said Emma, I guess she's the producer of this docu series and creator or something. Her name's Emma. She made him comfortable, and he said, I guess he felt comfortable doing it now. I guess he said it's time to tell his story. And he said he got a lot of love and feedback from sharing his truths on the docu series. And then some people, there's always a couple of them gave him a side eye because he had his own dealing with an underage girl, and I guess that got thrown away, and he get no jail time, but it was a case, and yeah, but sometimes victims of abuse or molestation can become the predator and they not even knowing it. But I think at that time he stopped and he realized what he was doing, and I guess it wasn't cool. So I don't think he did it again to no other young girl that we know of. So he corrected himself and he in therapy. So I hope it won't happen again. Um, and then she brought up the the trial, the case of him and Brian Peck, um, and how the celebrities uh, wrote a letters. Most like celebrities that we know wrote a letter on his behalf. I think I mentioned this in my other video. Um, how he felt about it. Have since the docuseries aired, have any of them reached out to him and like apologize or say what happened at that time? And then they also showed a clip of Boy Meets World. It was Will and writer Will, what's his name? Real Friddle and writer Strong, who plays on Boy Meets World, and they was like one of the, like two of them wrote letters on Brian Peck's behalf, and they was just like the couple of celebrities who wrote on Brian's behalf, and they had like a podcast, and I guess it's a little too late for Drake, but yeah, they did show a clip of their podcast, showing that, saying that they had no idea what they were supporting. I mean, they came to court, y'all. Mind you, they came to court, like sitting on his side. How you come to court, let alone write a letter on behalf of someone's character without knowing the full scope? I wish a mother would come and ask me to write a character letter. I mean, I'm asking all the questions. And then if it's something like, and I'm doing all the research as well, because you can't always take nobody's word for it. Because they always trying to like brush it under the bridge. Or like, oh, they just do this. No, damn well they guilty. So yes, it's really crazy. How they, I guess, regret it. But it's not crazy. But it's like after all these years, it's been like 20 plus years since it happened. And now I guess them probably did watch the docu series and be like, ooh, yeah, yeah, y'all busted, y'all got outed, and they don't look good, and you gotta admit it don't. Being on behalf of him, now knowing what he did, um, yeah, but I'm not writing a letter. For me, I'm not writing a letter or coming to court on your behalf. I mean, cause you like a cool dude to me or a cool person to me don't mean like I don't know what you doing behind closed doors. No, I don't put nothing past anyone. Let's just say that. Like I don't put past nothing on anyone. Like it's a possibility you could, even though my experience with you may be different. But yeah, so no. Drake said he hasn't been nobody reached the celebrities who wrote letters on his behalf on Brian Peck's behalf didn't reach out to him after the docu series. So and he don't care to have them to. It's like a little too late for him. So and I don't blame him. It's 20 something plus years, so yeah, they can keep it. Um and they talk about at the time the trial with Brian Peck and him, um, there was no media attention. Like hell, I didn't even know that happened until I watched the docu series. But again, I wasn't watching Amanda's show and Drake and Josh. I mean, I knew those shows existed, but by the time they came on, I felt like I was too old to be watching that stuff. So, um, yeah, it was like no media attention. I mean, it was early 2000s, but if it happened today, baby, social media would be a firestorm. Like they be tearing brain peck ass up. Okay, there's that stuff. So yeah, so that was like, and she asked him like how he got through it, like with therapy, and he went to rehab because he did go down the dark hole spiral and stuff. So, and he has music as his outlet. So that was cool. Then we got next Giovanni and Brian Hearn. They came to the studio, so they did their interview in person. So um that was she asked the same question she asked Drake to them. How was it after the 4-part docuseries drop? What was the response for them? And they said they had overwhelming and with support. They was overwhelmed with support through social media and stuff like that. And like I said, people on social media was questioning about like what the hell they was watching as a kid. Like, you know, it would have you think like with the foot stuff and the face shots and stuff like that. Like what the hell was I watching? And this was going on, behind the scenes or what have you. And like some of the stuff, when you look back at it, it wasn't funny. I don't think it was like funny then because like even though they have like laughter sometimes in the background, I don't know. Was they in front of a live studio audience? I have no clue. Um, then Miss O'Brien showed them a clip of Dan Snyder blanket apology. Um, blanket apology about what happened on set and like if he known that they was uncomfortable, he would not have he would have changed it. He would not written that into the script per se, I guess. Um and when they saw him made this blanket apology, it was giving Rush like here's your apology. Now shut up. um they made Giovanni and Brian, they made a good point. Like, what was this apology years ago when Jeanette McCurdy and came out with her book, and Angelique Bates, who came out with her statements about her experience on all that. So it was like that's a good point. That's valid, I must say. So yeah, apology, it really wasn't sticking or landing for them. So um then he said those jokes were written for kids. And then Giovanni and excuse me, Giovanni and Brian, they was like they didn't get the jokes. Like most of the jokes they said like some of the jokes went over their head. Okay, like they was too young. He said, of course, adults gonna laugh at it because it was written by an adult, so adults gonna get it more than the kids, 12, 13 years old. So yeah, so but now looking back at it as they in their adulthood, yeah, those highly inappropriate. Foot stuff, face shots is like not funny. And they said they had to like pretend like it's funny or something, like laugh because those are laughing and they don't want to lose their job. They just want to do their job. They ain't want to lose their job. So yeah, so that's it's different when you're a kid. Like it's just basically play along and get along, even though it's wrong as and inappropriate as fuck. Okay. Um. They didn't think it was the jokes was funny to do and to hear. So, um, and then they brought up showed them a clip about Dan said that diversity was important on his shows. They was the only two black kids on set, and that set of all that cast, because it's like over the years the cast of all that uh about each season they always get some new kids, but when they was on all that, that was like a whole new cast. So there's like a different class of all that kids. So they was like the only two black kids on set. If you include their moms, it'd be four black people. So, and you know how it is if you black and you get into these certain spaces. As soon as you get in a room, you want to see how many of your people is in there, whether it's in front of camera or behind the camera or what have you. So, which is true because I be in clear spaces most of the time. Well, not most of the time, sometimes, and I do be counting. Like, or just me. I'm the only one. Jeez. And this, and they felt like certain things they did on the show was felt like stereotypes, which I can see. Um, And then Miss O'Brien asked them, have they spoken to Dan before the docuseries drop or after the docuseries drop? Um Giovanni spoke up and said that Dan reached out to her a week before the documentary dropped, aired, I should say. And he asked her to make a statement of support on his behalf, and he knew he knew that she was part of the docuseries, and he came to um, the black girl to be his rescue. Hmm. Interesting. I found that interesting. Asking a black girl to make a statement on your behalf of support. Interesting. Out of all people, I wonder how you reach out to anyone else about a statement, but you reached out to this black girl that you probably thought was non-problematic at one point, and you call and for her to make a statement on your behalf like it's a rescue. Fuck out of here. And she ended up telling him like, I was intimidated by you, and basically she told him no, like I'm not gonna make a support on your behalf. And mind you, when they show these clips of Dan and his answering these questions, he's getting interviewed by some black guy. I haven't watched that interview, but I did see some clips, and as well in this fifth episode part of the docu series, they show clips. That's about all I saw. But I know he was interviewed by a black guy. I find that interesting. But yeah. Um, something else that also we gonna move to Brian. Brian and his mom Tracy, because he was in. They part was a good part in the docu series, and it was interesting. Due to when he got fired, like at 13, and he blamed his mom for him getting fired, and it caused a strain on their relationship from that point forward, all the way to his adulthood and to today's time. And the docu, they said the docu series brought them back together, which is cool. Which is it's cool, and then it's unfortunate at the same time because it's like this is years. This is 20 some years, yo. Like, and then at one point as a kid, during a strained relationship, he ran away. It was just a lot, I guess, for him. Like, he felt like his mom, I guess, ruined his career, his potential career in acting and stuff like that, and his whole life. So, kids and teens react different at that time when they believe that, but as they got older and you go to therapy and have hindsight and you look back and you realize that mom was not ruining your career or trying to tear you down or what have you. Your mom had your back this whole time. So it was like, it's cool that they sparked together, but it's like unfortunate because you have like this time that went by and that was kind of, it's lost. Can't get it back, but moving forward, you could just make up for that time that was lost. So, um, she said that she reached out to him this past Valentine's Day. She texted him Happy Valentine's, and she's surprised that he texts her back Happy Valentine's Day, Mom. And it was definitely a tearful moment between those two. Even I got choked up a little bit because it's hard to hear that like all these years go by and he felt like his mom ruined his career and life and stuff like that. Um, and that was she was shocked that he texted her back, and that's the I guess first time in a long time they actually spoke to each other. So, and at that point in time when he texted her back, he saw the docu series before it aired in March because usually the talent or people who was part of the docu series get to view it before us, the public, get to see it on streaming platforms. Um, and Miss O'Brien showed them a clip of an unseen clip of Raquel from the Amanda Show, the black the black woman, the black young lady at the time. Raquel, who's from the Amanda Show. They show unseen footage of her, I guess her interview of the docu series. Of every time it was like a episode. It was like every time, excuse me, every time she said spit it out to Amanda. This is her character, y'all. Every time her character says spit it out to Amanda, that Amanda keeps spitting things out, whatever's in her mouth, in that girl face. And they kept doing it. Sometimes you got to keep doing it until you get it right. Or another scene, and she kept doing it, keep doing it. She said she was pissed. And one of the producers saw she was pissed. And the producer told her to keep her cool because Amanda is the star of the show. And then after they showed the clip of Raquel saying that her experience, then Brian's mom, Miss Tracy, called it racist, and it is racist. Like she said, we are culturally trained to take it. Um, it's so unfortunate. And when I heard Raquel, when I saw the unseen clip, she kept saying that. I'm like, yeah, I'll be pissed too. Somebody getting jumped. Amanda would be in hospital. I would have, yeah, I would have caught a charge. Um, because that was not cool. Um, yeah, we are culturally trained to take it, and I guess you don't want to lose your job or what have you, but spitting in my face, no, out of order, out of order, no. It's given back in the day when white people just spit on black people and stuff like that. Like, no, like we fucking animals and dirt underneath their shoes and stuff like that. No, hell no. And Tracy expressed that camaraderie on set was important, and she wished it was like another black boy on set with Brian at the time, but it was just Brian and Giovanni at the time. So yeah, karate is important to have in working spaces. So and then we get some young man. His name is Shane Lyons. He was, I guess, he was on their cast, or oh, he was just a moving part between casts of all of that. I don't know what season. I don't know, but yeah, his name is Shane Lyons. He was a chubby boy. He looked familiar, but I don't recognize him. Yeah, so this is my first time really seeing him kinda. Yeah, not kinda, really is. So his name is Shane Ryan. He was the chubby boy on all of that. I think he started when he was like 12 or 13, he said. And he talked about his experience on the set. Um he said Brian Peck um made some passes at him when he was like 13, 14 years old. And Brian Peck out of the blue one time asked him, do he know what blue balls are? And he didn't know what blue balls are. He just thought it was like a blue ball, like an actual ball, like a ping pong ball or something, like a blue ball, like or something like that. And that was like so highly inappropriate. But I guess as he got older, he looked back at it and he figured out how it was inappropriate. And he got fired at 16, so they fired him when he turned 16, honey. He didn't get his contract renewed. And lucky for him, I guess his parents were chefs, so he had to like rely on acting. So he followed his parents' footsteps into becoming a chef, I believe. Um, yeah, so that was his experience with Brian Peck, and behind the scenes of all that. So yeah, that was a good fifth part of a follow up with some people who are part of the docu series. Um, yeah, it was good, and it was cool how they show unseen footage. Um, that would have been part of the docu series, but it didn't make the cut, I guess. Unless they were just saving it for this moment, because I don't think the fifth episode was supposed to happen. But I guess since the firestorm, since the first four dropped, so there's that. So this last part, this is Dan Snyder. He look like a if. Um, he like the last week of April, it was an announcement that Dan dropped a lawsuit, okay, against the people on Quiet on Set. Hot mess. He filed. It says I'm gonna read what it says. An article from ABC News. They reported that they filed a defamation lawsuit on Wednesday against the creators of Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV docuseries. Attorneys for the former television creator, who is featured in the docuseries, which was released in March, about what allegedly went on behind the scenes at Nickelodeon in its heyday, has claimed that the filmmakers behind the series falsely stated or implied that Snyder sexually abused the children who worked on his television shows. And I'm like, sexually abuse. They didn't. I don't think they applied it or stated it, but they just said you create an environment to welcome that kind of stuff. That's what I got from it when I looked at it. Unless you guilty or something, you know what I'm saying? You trying to get ahead of it, like somebody about to come out or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they didn't talk about sexually abuse. The only person they talked about is people who actually got charged. Brian Peck and Jason Handy and the other guy. Yeah. You got something you want to tell us? Mm-hmm. Um, it said quiet on set portrayal of Snyder is a hit job. The suit alleges. According to the suit, the television creator, who is known for his hit shows like Zoe 101, R. Curly, Drake, and Josh, is suing on the set filmmakers Emma Swartz, Mary Robertson, Warner Brothers, Discovery Inc., Maxine Productions, and Sony Picture Television Inc. Snyder, who released a statement on Wednesday about the lawsuit, said that he is apologetic and regretful for behavior as a producer and will continue to take accountability for it, but has no choice but to take legal action against the people behind the series. Did Dan get smoked? Yes. He definitely got smoked, but when they got to the part of the docuseries when they talking about them other motherfuckers, especially Brian Peck ass, because in hindsight, after he got his conviction and charged as I'm a child molester, um, he went on and got another job at Disney, and I'm looking at Disney sideways, Disney and Nickelodeon, like, what are we doing here? Like, it needs to be a law. Like, you cannot work no more around kids. Like, yeah, crazy. So, and it says in their successful attempt to mislead viewers and increase ratings, they want beyond reporting the truth and falsely implied that I was involved in or facilitate horrific crimes for which actual child predators have been prosecuted and convicted, he said. I mean, it's his right to sue. There's no doubt about it. Everybody has the right to sue whomever. But you can't help what people is saying or what they took from it. Um, People were just on there speaking their truth and their experience with you, so it's unfortunate. And they in your treatment, without a doubt. So you ain't too innocent. Um, it said Good Morning America had reached out to Warner Brothers Inc. XE Productions, but they didn't hear nothing back from those people. I mean, they being sued, so why would they don't need to speak. I mean, let's watch the docuseries. Um, in the suit, Snyder pointed out details from Quiet on Set trailer and several episodes in which he claimed that the series implied that Snyder is a criminal and sexual abuser. In his complaint, the former producer alleged that he was defamed. Child. It says the suit alleged that the trailer doubled down on implication that Snyder is not only a criminal in some way connected to children, but an abuser, or more specifically, a child sexual abuser. The suit also claims that the trailer draws false conclusions. Um, I mean, it's a lot of, I guess he's picking apart the docuseries, which episode or the trailer. I mean, it's a trailer. It's to get people drawn in or be interested in it. He should know how trailers work, honey. But when you actually watch it, Of course, he the producer, he's the showrunner, he's the creator of some of these shows or what have you. For me, that Snyder didn't get the heaviest part. It was those motherfuckers who got charged, in my opinion, who got the heavier part. But you did get a part in creating this uncomfortable environment for these predators to get away with some stuff. So yeah, of course, you was the face. You were the face, so you gonna get some heat. But you got something to tell us, Dan? Are you guilty of something? How's your relationship with Amanda now? Like, cause him and Amanda had a close relationship, so like I said, I don't put nothing past nobody. So let me find out you trying to sue before anything else, any more bones out of the closet falls out. Child, I can't. But like I said, he had a right to sue, so it is what it is. Will I follow it? Maybe, but I'm not gonna report on it. So I mean, y'all can look it up for yourselves about the lawsuit, defamation lawsuit filing against the people of the docuseries. Yeah, that's all I got. That was it. So let me know your thoughts about if you saw the 5th episode, what you thought about it, the 5th part of the docuseries, and what you think about this lawsuit, defamation lawsuit, then filed against the people, quiet on the set people and network and stuff like that, production and stuff like that. Let me know below what you thought about it, how you feel about it. And that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one. On track, now we gon' way up. Double use as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up.